been a long day. You just wanted to go away. You can't sleep at night.
I'm sorry to bother you, but it's just been
Now I'm here.
It's okay.
I can't promise tomorrow.
I'm falling deep.
Just gonna feel love today.
I can't get out.
We can tingle it away.
Breathe.
Now I'm here. ASMR truth, yeah. ASMR truth, yeah.
Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be doing things just a little bit different. Normally I am chewing gum or eating candy, but because this was a request that I do, so speaking whisper type without chewing gum and makeup. But I am also going to add a story time. So this will be a get ready with me makeup. So speaking story time. I have quite a few things to do today, but I'm feeling just a little bit stuck, just a little bit, because this story that I'm about to tell is my personal secret. I never talked to no one about it. I remember being a psychiatrist at 19, and I never told them my story. I kept it to myself. But recently, a couple months ago, I just happened to be checking my Snapchat to see what you likes up to. And I happened to see a message, not to me. I think it was like the in my story type thing. I'm not sure. But it said, but I know that they were liked. I know that they were one of my subscribers. And it said, I want to kill myself. And I don't want to live anymore. That thing bothered me to my soul. So I went in my room and I closed the door. And I got on my Snapchat and I messaged the person personally. And I said, are you okay? And I waited for a reply. They replied, I'm okay now. They were really happy to hear from me, and I was really happy they responded. And I my story. Maybe. But you know I'm a procrastinator. And you know I'll talk myself out of it. So, my spirit told me this morning that it was time. I don't have 25,000 subscribers, but it just may be one person that needs to hear this story. I'm going to share it with you. And y'all pray for me, Lord. Send me some energy because I'm starting to feel a little nervous. But I guess I just don't want to own this story anymore. I don't want to own the burden. And once I tell it, it don't just belong to me anymore. Okay. So today, while I'm doing my makeup, I won't be talking about what I'm using at all, probably, because I don't want to get distracted from the story. So I hope you understand. Of course you do. Thank you, darling. Thank you. You're like the sweetest person in the world. So now it's just me, you, and this story. So let's get started. People come in and out our lives. And sometimes they're like leaves on a tree. They're only there for a moment. And when I was thinking about telling this story, I didn't think of this person at all. I probably wouldn't even have mentioned them. But for some reason, today, it came to my mind so clearly that there's a story in a story, you know. And I'd say a lot in a lot of different videos that I became a legal adult at 14 years old. I was emancipated in North New Jersey. And you would think that that's where the story began, but it don't. And today, I'm not going to talk about my experience with being emancipated. I'm just going to talk about where it began, the idea. And the idea is connected to a woman that came in my life 33 years ago. This woman was a white woman. She looked like she was maybe about 36 years old. And how I met her. Have a good day. was sitting on the edge of a bed. I was slumped over. And I had my hands in my face. And I was thinking about what was I going to do. What was going to be my next step? Thinking about a plan. Because nothing was panning out for me. She told me that they were thinking about putting me in a girl's home until I was 18 because I was a danger to myself. And I was thinking at that moment, I need to break, like I need to run, like jump off this bed and get the hell up out of here. And that's what I was thinking. And she sat in front of me. And she took my hands. She looked me directly in my face. And she said, "What is it that you want? What is it that you need? And what can I do to help you? And you need to tell me because they're going to put you away until you're 18. I told her, just want to finish school. And that I was working and I was cooking and cleaning up other people's houses. And I had a side job at a hotel where I got paid underneath the table, where people were helping me, letting me help them do their job. I told her I don't bother nobody. I'm not a bad person. I don't do anything to get in trouble. I just want to grow up so that I can provide a better life for myself. She told me, "You're a little kid. And you can't keep running. At some point in your life, you're going to have to stop running." But this time, I was not running. And this woman dealt with me several times before. But each time she dealt with me, I got caught. They put me in a group home, and I climbed the fence and I got out. Because I got caught by truancy, hanging out with friends, playing hooky from school. And when they got caught, they had parents come get them. And I had no parents, nobody to come get me. So they could not just release me to the streets. They released me to a group home. But it wasn't like no jail or anything like that. So after dinner, I climbed the fence and I was gone. And I found my way back to the area that I was staying in. And at the time, I had a best friend named Jill. So sometimes I would just go sit in her hallway and wait for her. And she would just, share breakfast and stuff. this time, talking to this lady again wasn't because I was running. I didn't get caught. I was in the hospital, recovering from trying to kill myself. I had a friend who was a whole lot older than me, Mac Concealer. This friend was a man, and he was a whole lot older than me. And he was more like a family member because I knew him from my family. And at the time that I met him, like saw him again by myself, was during the time that I was asked to leave a family house that was my mother's good friend. And I mentioned this before in another video, and I can't remember because I just randomly talk. But I noticed that like the family ate good, and they would kind of just give me like a bowl of grits. I didn't get to eat like the chicken and the biscuits and the food, like whatever they were eating. And I didn't complain or say anything. But one day I came there and he told me that I no longer can stay there. And it was just so shocking because I made up my mind that that's where I was going to kind of stay put until I can like figure out what I was going to do next. So I was again put into another position where I didn't know what I was going to do. And when I was coming down the elevator, because it was this family friend of my mom lived in the projects on the 10th floor. When I got on the elevator to come down the elevator, it was someone on the elevator dressed in all black shirt, black trench coat, black boots, had very, very long wavy hair, and their skin was the color of midnight. But when they smiled, the smile was so bright and so beautiful. And they said my name. But I was so sad, and I was kind of crying. I looked up, and he said, "Where you going?" And I told him, "I don't know. I was staying with Dorothy, and she told me that I could no longer stay with her. So I don't know what I'm going to do." And he told me that I can come to where him and his family are, because I was like family, because they knew both sides of my family. So I went with him. Now, I'm not going to get into all of the details, but I just want to give you a kind of timeline. I found out, talking to him, having so many conversations with him, that he had issues with the heart. And he took heart pills, and they were really, really strong. And one day, on my way to school, I was thinking, I don't want to be hungry today. I don't want to figure out how am I going to eat today, and where am I going to sleep at tomorrow. So I thought about, let me go visit him. Let me go back to his house he explained to me how strong they were. And when I went to go visit him, I talked to him. And when he went to go fix something to eat, which was, I'll never forget it, chicken feet coming out the pot like this. And I was like, oh my God, what the freak is that? I can't eat chicken feet because that scared me to death, you know. And I was able to get a hold of some of the bit he was cooking his chicken feet. I sat at the table and I just listened to him talk. But the whole time he was talking, I was really focusing on the pills I had in my pocket. And I was thinking, I'll fix them. My mom don't care. I can't find my father at the moment. My aunt put me out of her house. And my mom's best friend will only let me stay for a week and a half. I felt like this would be my chance to get out of here. Set my spirit free. I'll show them. My mom gonna miss me. And she gonna wish that she was good to me. And that she cared about me. And I thought about everybody crying, wishing they had been there for me. And I started feeling better and excited. So then he said, okay, the food is almost done. Go wash your hands. And I said, okay. I went into the bathroom. And I took the few pills that I took from him. And I sat there. I put my head on the sink and decided that I would just close my eyes and that in a few I'll be gone. And all of this will be over. I felt myself getting tired and sleepy and drifting away. I felt really peaceful. And I didn't remember anything at all. The next thing you know, I remember my eyes just popping open. And I remember feeling like such a failure because I didn't succeed at it. I was awake. So now that I was awake, there was going to have to be a lot of explaining to do, and I was in a lot of trouble. was so disappointed with myself. But the woman asked me those questions, and I had to answer. And I told her, if I go to another group home, I'm just gonna run away. Because all I do is have to fight for myself. Every night I'm fighting somebody, or somebody taking something that belonged to me. I'm not going to another foster home because I don't want to protect another person. And the foster parents are terrible. And we both know I can't go home because my mom will move before she let that happen. I just want to be left alone. And she said, we have a program. I'm going to have you talk to some people. And you tell them everything you told me. And I'm going to see if I can help you so that you'll never have to end up like this again. And she told me that there's so much more in the world that I have to see. There's so many things that I have to do. And even if I take my life, I'm gonna miss out on so much. She told me, you succeeded. You're smart. You're a survivor. And I said, I succeeded. She said, yes. You succeeded the ultimate task, the ultimate test in life. And I said, what is that? She said, the next day, the ultimate test in life, and the successful of it is surviving the day. If you woke up this morning, you passed one of life's greatest tests. When she told me that, I was bewildered. I felt something awesome. I had so many ideas in my head of who I was going to be and where I was going to go and who the people I was going to meet. I was so excited all of a sudden about life because she told me that I survived the biggest test in the world. The next day, she said, the sun could always come out, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you've been through, the sun will come out. I never told no one what I did. I never felt ashamed of it. I never felt bad about it. I just kind of blocked it out. And no matter how bad life got for me, no matter what happened, I always knew that one day the sun will come back out and everything will be okay. I always remember what that lady said to me. And She was so beautiful. She had like stringy blonde hair. She had a really skinny face. And her eyes were like gray. She didn't ask me why I did it. Why would I do such a horrible thing? She didn't ask me. She just asked me, what is it that you want? What is it that you need? And what can I do to help you get it? I began going through the process, preparing to become a legal adult. I got 2 different bronzers today. This one right here is highly illogical, I don't know. And this is what it looked like. It's really, really pretty. Has like a pink and like a fusion pink in it and gold. The second one is Strange New Worlds. Okay, and this one is so gorgeous. It's more vibrant and glow like highlight. So I'm going to use this one up in the highlight area. And I'm going to use the other one for blush. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I'm going to try it. To start going through the process to contact my mom. She could have put a stop to it. And I was so excited because I thought when my mom find out that I'm going to be a legal adult, she's going to put a stop to it and I'll probably be able to go back home and I'll apologize and find a way to deal with everything, because you ever heard that saying, you think it's bad now, wait till you're on your own. Yeah, I thought it was bad at home. I would have rather kinda just take all of the terrible things that happened to me at home than to be homeless and hungry and thirsty all the time. And at the end of the process, the last day of court, I had a team that worked with me. This team kind of helped me go through the process mentally, and make sure that I really understand what I was about, what was about to happen to me. I kept waiting and looking at the door, thinking my mom was going to come through the door. Maybe my dad will come through the door. Nothing. And no one showed up. And I remember when everybody had to stand and I had to lift my right judge said you are now legally an adult. Everybody start clapping. And I was just standing there, and two of the ladies on my team took my hand on each side, and we began to leave the courtroom to go out in the hall. And I asked her, what do I do from here? Am I free to go? She said, yes, you're free to go. I said, so I'll leave. She said, but before you leave, we have something for you. And one of the things, there were rules. I still have rules because I was in a program. Also, even though I came a legal adult, a part of this program had rules. Just not being a legal adult, but being a part of a program that helped me survive life. Had rules. And one of the rules were that I had to go to school every day. And I had to show up to meetings where young people showed up like teens on Saturday. And once a month, someone will come out to see me, to talk to me and make sure I'm okay. And along with this, they said, okay, you need to come with us. And I remember being in the car saying, oh my God, where am I going? Wonder what they got for me. She said she had something for me, so I was thinking, oh my God, it must be like a gift or something, you know. And I was wondering what it was. And I was thinking, oh, maybe they taking me to get something to eat, you know, because I definitely was hungry. And we came up to this building. It was like a short building, maybe 5 stories, maybe. And they took me to the top floor. And when they opened the door, it was empty. And I remember the windows being painted like that green, like a not a money green, a hunter green. It was those colors, and the windows was kind of chipped, but it was like 3 big windows, and it was this empty floor, and it had like this shape, like this oval shape from the windows, like you could put like a bay chair there, and maybe a table, you know, to enjoy. Then it had a big open room, and then it had a small kitchen, a small bathroom. And I said, what's this? They said, this is a studio apartment. Yes. She told me they had a voucher for me, and in the voucher, I will be able to get a bed, a couch, a kitchen table. And clothes. And I also had a check. And my check was $425. That was solely for me. I had a bus ticket that I would receive every single month. And I got $125 a week from the program as long as I went to school every day. it. No more tears. So, I was already the type of person that never missed school. But that encouraged me to make sure that I didn't miss school because I didn't want to be without the money that I was supposed to receive. And from there, my life started to change better for better because I was able to buy clothes and shoes. Back up. And I was only able to be in the program until I was like 16 years old. Because then I would be old enough to get a job. It would pay my rent and where I needed to stay as long as I stayed in school until I was 16. NYX. I'm gonna go with a natural look today, which is I'm gonna kind of like go with maybe like this. Let me see. Look at the color. It's like a soft, light, maybe brown right there. I didn't even expect for all of that to happen to me or happen for me. It was an amazing experience. I'll never forget it. And I remember going food shopping for the first time. The lady went with me. And everything I would pick up, she would put it back. And she would say, okay, I gotta trust that you're gonna eat some good food. I was picking up cookies and chips and ice cream. And she had me pick up like canned food and rice and beans and told me that I need to buy stuff so when I don't have money, I have food that I can cook. So she went with me a couple of times until she saw that I was really learning how to shop for myself. Okay, I have an eyeshadow from Mac, and this one says the naked time. Naked time. Oh my goodness. Okay, and this is what it looked like a pretty gold. Okay, and I'm gonna use that. And then after about maybe 4 weeks, the team showed up to my house. The lady and the other people. But, she always stand out to me. I'll never forget her. And they showed up to tell me that they are no my bed one night by myself. Such a little girl. And I was just looking at the window. I could see the sky from my bed. And I was talking to God. And I told him I was sorry. I was so sorry. And that I would never do that again. And I had decided that day on the bed that no one has to know. No one has to ever know. And I'll never do it again. So I kept that secret to myself. Now, no one knows but me and you. Me and you. Thank you for coming to visit me again today and sitting with me through story time. I enjoyed your company. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I want you to know that there's a bigger picture than the bigger picture. Even if you can't see it right now. But God will reveal it to you. He will reveal it to you. I just have some Nikkei Brown 14. And then I got some Urban Decay, one of my favorite lipstick. And this one is Back Talk, honey. Back Talk, okay? Yes, look at that. Stop. It's time to eat. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Let me make sure I give you a nice little bit of brush action, just in case you're really falling asleep. Okay, lights. Have the best day ever. I love you from the moon